All right.
I seen how you do with your lost ass crew. That's why I got the roadmap just for you. Hopping in the car, boat or plane, can't save your slow brain. So I guess you need some education, man. Your rhymes are so simple and plain. For you, just walking up the stairs
It's going against the grain.
If I'm forced to spit pain, that ain't no T-Pain or no Little Wayne
or a rock chain. If he can please him, man. The energetic enigma.
Step harder than a stigma.
Roll like an omega.
Smoother than a kappa
And an alpha later.
So please don't be a hater, cause the
E is much greater.
I'm back in 04, I voted for Ralph Nader. And I'm watching out for all them acid and them tomatoes. And when the verse ends, I'ma say see you later. And I'm not the type of cat to ever rock no pink gators. But I'm not a
Never
nigga,
rock no
like
pink
we know
gators.
what's a nigga.
After 4 bars, brother, just go in. That's wifey singing. Sorry, y'all, I didn't feel like rhyming today. Let's start the show. You want a little bit of verse 2, though?
Yo, in this world, we got no time to wait, no time to hate. You gotta stare straight and be ready to debate. I know what's on my plate. The Lord is so great. Obama in 08 and maybe in 12, and I know the world's fate. My victory is coming because my hard work is numbing. In life, I'm overcoming and changing shorty's lives around like my name is Mr. Drummond. What you talking about, Willis? My skills is the illest. Apocalypto flow, so when I dream about something that happens in real life, yo, the way to go in is strong with your chin. America selling its soul for dinero again. The British, Chinese, and Saudis is jumping all in. Oil or is it sin? What society is you in? It doesn't even matter because you can't join in. Watch them destroy themselves so they control everything trend.
All right. After 4 bars, bro. That's Go In by E Complete off the True Speaker album featuring Alana. Hold on. How you guys feeling? Technology is kind of wild today. I think it's May 1st, and that's what's going on. It's a 5-month, thanks to Numeralytics. She broke it down for me. Hopefully you just saw me on IG talking about the Jupiter signs. Not staying on forever. Got a lot of work to do. A couple of chart readings. Got my son's final track meet this afternoon. Happy birthday, Taurus the Bull. Wifey will be here in a minute. Taurus season. Taurus Birth Chart Sale. Hello to everybody in the chat. We'll get to you guys in a minute. Thank you for coming. I love you guys. Just seeing you here, you know, I light up, okay? Thank you. You really don't even know. It's like 90 degrees today in Arizona. It's a little hot. I'm going to put on the ceiling fan. Let's see. Yeah, that feels better. You know, it's May 1st. We are now in the Taurus Virgo Decan. Okay, so that is from 10 to 19 degrees. So if you're that kind of Taurus, could be a little bit more analytical, logical, critical. You may be the Taurus that's very focused on health and very precise with your fashion. You don't just buy fashion for you know, the look of everything. You're like, this piece, that piece, the fabric matches with this, the shoe, the belt, the purse. You know how it is, ladies. So the May 1st Taurus is from the 10th to the 19th, and this is going to take you probably to the 11th, or probably the 11th or the 10th. And today we're talking about Mars and Jupiter in Taurus the Bull. So let me know in the chizzy if you've got Mars or Jupiter in Taurus. We're going to break that down. Let me know where you guys are at. Where are you from? I'm from NYC, but I'm living in AZ. I'm a Scottsdalian now, but always a New York City kid. Now, the Taurus Birth Chart Sale for Sun, Moon, Risings, it's 90 minutes. Used to be 65, 90 minutes. Live Q&A. You get the recording, videos of your planetary placements, the chart, breakdown, a natal, solar return, secondary progression, normally 250, only 206. Or you get the custom video summary, mini movie of your life, where you can email me pictures. I put it in with music. It's so dope. Transits, videos of your planetary placements, the charts, and after you receive it and absorb it, a 30-minute Q&A, normally 350, only 305. So this is a good sale for you Taurus folks, Taurus Sun, Moon, Risings. So definitely book it. Eric, E-R-I-C, my name, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And, make sure you guys go to the website, sign up for the newsletter, probably release a new newsletter next week. Here comes my Taurus rising. She needs to book a birth chart sale with me. So maybe she can cement in some of her placements. And she's going to read the chat, but we're going to do it Mars first, debilitated in Taurus, and then Jupiter, come see, come sa. We had that just like over a year ago, if you remember. Jupiter in Gemini is about to wrap up on June 8th, and June 9th it goes into Cancer. Okay, and then I have another announcement for you, but I'll let wifey say hello.
Hey, hello. Thank you, everyone. Let's see, we have Quintella here. Hello, friend. And
I spit it a cappella when I see my friend Quintella.
Yes, unconditional love to you as well, my friend. Let's see.
You're so kind, Quintella. I love that.
Kufunaya.
Hey, Kufunaya, welcome. I think you're new.
Am I saying that correctly?
Share,
I don't know if
share your big three, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome.
And salutations and love, and she loves the channel.
Thank you.
She's a great friend of Lloyd's.
Oh, really?
So, thank you for coming.
We both him. We love Lloyd. He is the best.
And Numerologics. Oh my gosh!
All the Lloyd people.
So wonderful to see you, Miss Queen B. Teresa Miller, awesome.
Yes, Teresa Miller's here.
Hello. And
she was on the live with Queen B.
I love it because our group. We've got Quintella acknowledging Queen B, and I just love it because that's our whole purpose. What we've been about since day one is we want this group.
And you guys go back and watch the episode with Queen B, Numeralytics, episode 332 from Tuesday night.
And
it was incredible. And go leave a comment. She knocked it out the pizzark. It was so much fun.
And we need to put our queens up and our kings up. Yes.
Kings and queens up forever. Yeah.
Quintella is from Michigan, but she lives in Florida now.
Yes, she's a Florida.
We have Gigi, the Empress.
Yes,
with
Gigi.
Us. And we have Majestic Alana.
Ooh.
Not me, a different Alana.
Hey, Majestic Alana. How are you, my friend?
She's here with us and saying hello.
Yeah.
And
how you doing? How your mammy doing? How your pappy doing? Do any of you guys have Mars or Jupiter in Taurus? That's what I want to know. So I do want to say this. I'll be putting out the official video. I'm kind of busy today. Probably mañana. It's time. Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric. It is not this, but next Saturday, May 10th, 12 p.m. noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 2 hours, $22. I'm going to be teaching a lesson on a very important transit. You don't want to miss it. And if you cannot make it live, it's still worth paying the $22 because you'll receive the recording, the videos, the chart, the graphics, all the information. Uranus in Gemini on the 7-7 portal. And it'll be there to, I think, the first week of December. Very powerful transit. It comes in hot in a trine to Pluto. This is going to advance technology. You'll see to 2033, 26 to 33. These may be gone, which is what I saw in coma. And the apps could be floating out of the screen. This is going to take us to total recall in the matrix, things that we cannot even fathom right now. And a lot of this technology already exists. It's just underground. But you're going to see some crazy advances in flight and travel and so many things. So definitely come to see this transit. This is the sneak preview. I will do Uranus and Gemini again next year, probably January, February's Coffee Talk, because it goes in for 7 years, starting in April of 2026, April. So this is to help you for the rest of this year. So you want to be there for both of them. Very important. 2 hours, $22. You can book it on the website, BigEAstrology.com or Eric at BigEAstrology. And then the next Friday, the 16th, where I'm going to play Jason, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only $13, the mini Coffee Talk. I'm going to break down all your midheaven signs, show you how your soul is vibrating out in public for your career and your legacy. That's muy importante. All right. So let's get to Mars and Taurus. And you want to get to some comments first.
Naya loves the music. And Gigi says, I have the moon is Taurus and my mom has Mars in Taurus.
Oh, that's why you and mom sometimes, she take you out back. I said, no, Gigi. But it can sometimes make things a little abrasive, but it can also be where, wind up having a house or living with mom, right? Because I think you're back taking care of mom, if I remember. So that's an example, right? Because Mars is property, brothers, boyfriends, land, blood, surgery, procedures, our willpower, our drive, brothers, boyfriends. So Mars and Taurus, it's debilitated. Michael Jackson had it. It was the day of the insurrection when Mars went into Taurus. It is the frustrated bull in the china shop. When you've got Mars and Taurus in a natal birth chart, you could have a very active throat chakra, but you guys, always remember this with Taurus, just so you guys, as you know, I love to teach you astrology. Taurus, the reason why it's exalted in moon, it's the first earth sign, but Taurus is not just the throat chakra and the lower jaw and the bottom row of the teeth, collarbone. It is like the physical body. So when Mars is in Taurus, you must dance or do Tai Chi, karate, kickboxing, boxing. You have to do something physical with your body. It gets frustrated there because Mars likes to initiate and move fast. And Taurus is like brand Nubian. Slow down. Slow down. I'm going to have to play that on IG Live, right? You got to rock us some brand Nubian. Step to the rear, Grand Poopa's on the right. If y'all don't, listen, you can learn a lot about musical history just rocking with me. Pooba and Grand, don't get me started on Grand Pooba and Sadat X and Lord Jamal. I used to work and hang out with Lord Jamal on Oz on HBO. He's a cool brother. Very good dude. Shout out to Lord Jamal. And shout out to the Nauru gang, New Rochelle. Sadat X grew up with my cousin Tommy G in the house. So Derek X on the faders. What happens is that if you don't kind of move the physical body and container and activate the throat chakra, you can get very irritable, like get overly aggressive. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, very stubborn. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you got a lot of Taurus dictators. I think it's Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin. Don't quote me on the Stalin, but there's 2 out of the 3. I know Hitler, and it's either Hitler, Stalin, or Hitler, Mussolini, or all 3. I can't remember. But you got some interesting. Oh, sorry, I had a little crumb on my cheek. Wifey had me give me in between the things. We had a quick what was it? A quick nice bread. I had a bread break.
A bread break.
Just a little bread break.
But it was the good bread from the farmer's market.
It is very good
walnut.
bread. But cranberry walnut, but I am craving later on. I'm gonna have a salad. But so just know moving the physical body will help you. You do want to spend time in nature. So Gigi, your mom, she needs to be outside. She needs nature. Mars is like investigating the soil and the dirt. You could be really good at gardening. Could be a very talented chef with Mars and Taurus, but you could be a public speaker or a singer. Very powerful voice. I wonder if your mom's got a strong, authoritative voice. It would be stronger if it obviously was Aries rising, second house. But those are some of the things, that you can have with Mars and Taurus in the natal birth chart. Also, you guys, the dancing. That's how Michael really got it out. And he had a powerful singing voice. Is it just me? Be honest. It's with some of the big 3. Did you guys, I loved Michael, Prince, and Janet more when they sang ballads. What about you guys? Because I think they were underrated for just the purity of their voices, right? The ballads, right? I love the ballads from all 3 of them.
Okay, so Kufi Naya is from Jersey City. And Teresa
I used to film a lot out in Jersey City. Did a sketch comedy show out there.
Teresa says she loves how you say coffee.
Astrological coffee talk with Eric. Yeah, Teresa, you got to come.
And Gigi the Empress says, yes, I was when I was a kid, but different because I am caring for her.
Exactly.
And Kufi Naya says, I'm a Leo, and my partner is a May Taurus, and I tell you all times I want to scream.
Oh, okay. But Kufi, can you tell me your big 3? You're a Leo. Do you know your moon and your rising? And a Leo Taurus, that's a square, so you guys can bang heads, but you're going to see the world from the same perspective. Both fixed, both could be a little stubborn, Leo Taurus. But, Just be the high vibrational Leo. Share the spotlight. Be generous. Leo's like the dress. You probably like to dress your man, right? Leos like to do that. They're like, yeah, put this on, you know. So, but yeah.
I was going to say, Numerolix said Pluto is in Aquarius and goes retrograde May 4th. We may be feeling the effects of the technology. Snafus also, yes.
Yes,
also,
the retrograde is coming.
A 9 universal day, so that we will be interesting. You know, this morning.
May the 4th be with you too. So may the force be with you. That's actually going to be fascinating that you say that. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
So no, are we saying that the energy is going to be changing on that day?
Well, because when Pluto, no, it's different, right? So we have a new energy because it's a new month based on a numerology, and it's the Taurus Virgo Deacon. But when Pluto goes retrograde, it's going to start to dig back up some of the things that it already went through when it hit the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degree of Pluto Aquarius. So we're going to revisit things about Sam Altman and ChatGPT. We're going to revisit different things about regulations of AI and artificial intelligence. We're going to maybe revisit the whole blockchain, crypto. And this is where it's tricky, but I want you guys to understand this, right? So today is Thursday the 1st, Friday the 2nd, Saturday, so Sunday the 4th, right? This is where you may see a big shift, right? Face the Nation, Meet the Press Sunday, about humanitarian aid for Ukraine and Palestine and Gaza. You may see a big shift in, protests, rebellions, revolution. Okay, so get ready. Yeah, Sunday, and then remember that's the Chinese markets are already open when we're rocking on Sunday. So this is where you're going to see where we're at financially with China and the tariffs. I'm not going to let America get robbed and raped anymore. We should have already. I mean, quite frankly, no president, because I'm the greatest. No president has ever said, "Pay your fair share." I'm doing it, me. Yes, we're the number one presidency ever. Even better than 45. 47's better than 45. How to give you a little something. But seriously, those are the things that can happen. So look for that Sunday, Monday, the retrograde. I forgot how long the retrograde it is, but it'll be definitely a couple of weeks.
So let me see. Yeah, major power shifts are coming, Numerolix said. And then Read My Lips is back.
Hey, Read My Lips.
Taylor. And Mama Mist is here.
Hey,
nice
Mama.
To see you. And
dear Mama.
You had people laughing with your Trump stuff. Let me tell you, when he really goes in, he's one of the best things. He has me laughing all the time. It's really, really funny. But what I was asking about, and maybe it's not relevant, but I woke up with that bloody nose. And it's the first bloody nose that I've had. Like, I've only had bloody noses when I've been pregnant, and I haven't been pregnant in a long time. So this morning
we closed that chapter.
Yes, we did. So I woke up and I felt like something run down, and I was like, "What am I?" And I blew, and I was just shocked to see blood coming out. I was like, "What?"
I think it may be some stuff going on with the Neptune and Mercury in her 12th house, or the Taurus rising in Aries.
Oh, it's not all the chemtrails and all that.
She did go hiking yesterday, so it could be some of that stuff too.
I go hiking a lot.
Yeah,
and I've been hiking quite a bit, and I've never had a
But you haven't really. I don't think you've been hiking since March 30th.
No, but I. True,
one day, maybe one day, but the pollen and just you know what I mean, and it's a different shift.
Yeah,
it's a different energy.
It was it was weird though. I mean,
See what I want you guys
to answer that for me. Oh, please.
Who?
Numerolix.
Oh, okay.
So if you,
Well, she probably knows in the numerology days something that you were doing, right? But it is May 1st. What'd she say?
No, she hasn't said anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she wants to share with me privately, or maybe she'll put it here.
Okay. But I'll tell you
Unless
this.
It's too private.
Well, but we are in a new energy, right?
Yeah.
I told you the Taurus Virgo Deacon. It is May. And the moon is in Gemini, right? That is hands, lungs, ears, Not so much the nose. The sinuses is associated with Scorpio. Okay. So that's a little different. The actual nose probably would be Aries. So it's that Mars energy. Mars is now in Leo in the 4th house. So, there could be a lot of different things going on. But I'll tell you this, to wrap up Mars and Taurus, this is where you can kind of equal out the debilitated energy here by hugging trees, by connecting to Gaia Mother Earth. Palms, right? Kufi, maybe Lloyd, I got to get Lloyd to break down my palms for me. I had somebody tell me that I would have 2 to 3 kids, and I did that, and they said that I would get married twice. I did, but to the same woman.
Listen to this. So numerology just said you are an 8 person. Yes.
Mhm.
5 is an opposition month for you.
Oh.
And with your 8, that rules the blood as far as health. So that may be possible with the bloody nose. So you're telling me I got to keep an eye on my blood pressure, and maybe, I don't know if it'd be a good month for me to do some blood draws and do an analysis, or I should wait until after this month to do that.
Well, I think you want to get the blood flowing, some more cayenne pepper.
Okay.
And I think you got to eat more of the grapefruits. So.
And Black God is with us.
What up, Black God?
Salute.
Welcome back.
My Mars, or his Mars, is in, I think that's a he, and I apologize if I'm wrong, is in Taurus.
Oh, you got Mars in Taurus. So do you feel that you need to spend time in nature and move your physical body? That's what helped Michael. And remember, this is good for kickboxing, Tai Chi. You have to do something physical. Mars in Taurus, Mars in Sagittarius, it's always going to be, Mars wants movement. But Sagittarius, it rules the hips and thighs. Taurus is the body container, but it's the throat. So you got to activate like, singing and, just toning, things like that are really going to be helpful. But spending time around trees, plants, gardening, and nature is going to be very beneficial for Mars and Taurus. And it just made me think about Bruce Lee and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? And just like doing some karate and Tai Chi and things like that. Kickboxing can be really good. So before we go to Jupiter in Taurus in the natal birth chart, I want to give you a little 333 break that I think is kind of interesting. It ties back, maybe a lot of you guys are new regulars, but you may not have ever heard this. And make sure you go and watch the episode. I forgot the number of my NDE story. I've been on multiple podcasts, but on my channel, and I broke it down in 2021. I was in coma for 40 days, nearly died, September 6th, October 16th. But the 333 is funny because it connects to 9. I'm a life path 9, numerologics, you'll love this. And then my wife and I were looking through, and she got, what Bible is that? With the Book of Enoch?
Well, we have the Book of Enoch. It's not just its own book by itself.
So,
and then we also have the Gnostic
Bible. The Gnostic Bible. Okay.
But that's 2 separate.
Right. But so in the Book of Enoch, wifey was reading, and it really connects so deeply. And this is the 333, which is the 9. And peep this, and this is episode 333. So that's why I got to give you this little deep breakdown in between the Mars and Jupiter. I obviously in coma for 40 days. The chapter 40, verse 9 in the Book of Enoch talks about Archangel Raphael, who deals with the people who are sick and dealing with the infirmities. And that is who was there kind of watching over me in the hospital, right? But 333, that equals the 9. And I'm saying this because this is episode 333. I awakened 3 times while I was in coma. The 3rd time was permanent. The first 2 times were at night, the 13th and the 15th. And all I could just see was the light in the hallway. And they, I was out cold for 37 days. So I'm like barely lifting my arm up. And I was just trying to wipe the sweat off my brow. My locks weren't quite as long, but they were still decently long. But they wouldn't turn on the light to even, pay me any mind and look at me. They were just like, oh, Mr. Taylor, if you try to pull out your trach or your tube, we'll have to restrain you. I wasn't doing that. I was just like, oh my God, like I'm dripping, I'm sweating. And so they wound up restraining me on the 13th. I woke up again on the 15th, did the exact same thing. You guys, after the 13th, I just went back to coma land because I was so angry and frustrated. Same thing on the 15th. But I awakened the third time, and this nurse came in. It was during the day. And she's like, oh, my God, who did this to you? What happened? Yada, yada, yada. And took the restraints off. And then, wifey came that morning, and I was just like, oh, thank you, God. That's the first 3. The second 3, while I was in coma land, I died 3 times. After the first time, the second time when I died, I was shot outside of my house. And I came back and had an option to see my 15-year-old at the time, 12-year-old, 5 years in the future. I didn't want to do that. So I went to the sofa, saw my wife with a friend and business associate, saw one of my twins, Jack, and he came and gave me a hug. And then also the sort of spiritual evil tour guide, my wife's boyfriend in coma land, was kind of like there too. So
I was stepping out.
She was naughty, you guys.
Mm-mm-mm.
She had 3 boyfriends. Oh, that's the fourth 3. That's the fourth 3. Yeah, she had 3 boyfriends. I didn't even consider that. That's the fourth 3.
No.
Watch yourself.
I wasn't even good at having 3 boyfriends when I wasn't married. So,
but this is what's so crazy, because she and the one that was the evil spiritual tour guide was a younger man. So I was hot.
But you know how they get.
I was hot.
When you just bring home a younger man.
I was hot. But anyway, so that's the second 3. Just let me finish and we'll get back to the chat. The third 3 was towards the end of my experience in coma. I was trapped in like a restaurant in Phoenix underground. And it was like the walls were like, it was just very dark, very evil. But I wasn't like tied down, but I was sitting like on this chair, but it was like a stool or something. But there was like a white light underneath me, and I couldn't get out of there. And so then I called on, and I said 3 times, God, Jesus, I call him Yeshua now, but God, Jesus, Mom, Alana, and my 4 sons. God, Jesus. And I said it 3 times and then got out of there. So died 3 times, awakened 3 times out of coma, and was killed 3 times. Died 3 times, awakened 3 times, was killed 3 times. There's a lot of 3s. And called on God and Jesus, my wife, my mom, my boys 3 times. And so that leads you to the 333 and the 9. But I think in the other 3s, we could probably get to like 12 or 15. But it was really deep, because when she read that book of Enoch, I was like, what verse and what chapter? And it was 40 verse 9. And I was just like blown away. It was like cranium fell off the head. So, there are no accidents. And this, you would love that numerologics because it connects to the numerology. I don't know what 40 means to me. You could probably break that down. Obviously, we know the 9. And I just think that's interesting. And I do know what the 40, because it's 4, right? 40 is 4. And those are my main numbers, right? See, I remember 1, 4, and 5. And my soul urge number is a 4. I'm a 9, 4, 7. The destiny numbers are 7. So 9, 4, 7. So yeah. So so it's kind of wild. So now back to the chat, and then we'll get to Jupiter and Taurus.
So Mama Miss said that she was stopped yesterday by the police on her block.
For what?
In the afternoon, as she was on her way to the doctor. She said, is that Venus in Aries?
Well, did Venus go in Aries yesterday or today? I can't remember. But, what's your 3rd house again, Mama? It's going to be more of a 3rd house activation. But, it could be a lot of different things. The moon is in Gemini, and that is dealing with, transportation, But if it was yesterday, let's be honest. What did Popo do at the end of the month? They're looking to give out tickets. They got to reach their quota. Yesterday was the end of the month. So, these things all add up.
It's not quite the first of the month.
First of the month.
Wake up, get up. It's the end of the month. Get up, Mama. Don't you drive down that street.
Stay home. It's the end of the month.
Anyways.
Oh, God.
Let me see. So, Numerologic said that I should get the blood stuff, and I think I will. I just hate needles. I'm gonna be real. I'm such a chicken.
She does not like needles.
let's see here.
I need to get
now.
some blood work done. It's been a long time.
Let's see.
But I'm feeling good.
And Numerology said that's deep E.
Thank you.
And that 4 is your number.
Yeah.
And Mama Miss said Aquarius 3rd, Venus, Sun, South Node.
Yeah. And the Pluto's there in the local community. The moon's trining it in Gemini. The sun is squaring it in Taurus. So that's probably what that is. The sun, Uranus squaring your sun, Venus, South Node, 3rd house. But did you get a ticket or anything? If you didn't get a ticket, that's the Venus activation. Venus, if you guys watch some of my videos sometimes on YouTube or TikTok, IG or TikTok, I didn't put it up here, but I was talking about Venus in transits like a little guardian angel. Yeah. Okay. So let's get to Jupiter and Taurus.
And Maddie's Eyes is with us. So
hey,
good to
Maddie.
see you, Maddie. Mwah.
I'm so glad you made it, my friend.
Much love, friend. Thank you. And you know what? I've been thinking about it. I can always send you the link to his lunch with Eric on Instagram.
So then you could just click on it on your phone.
For you to get to.
We could try to text it to you so you can come.
I'll do that. I'm not sure if I have your phone number.
I'll share the contact and stuff.
And then let me see here. What else do we have going on? Maddie's Eyes is Venus and Aries. And we also have Jolly James is with us. Hey,
what's up, Jolly James?
How you doing, girlfriend?
Jolly.
She got 2 tickets. Oh, damn.
Oh,
what the heck?
2 tickets, Mama.
You were speeding with a busted tail light?
I was gonna say, was your tail light broken or something?
Was your tailpipe stuffed, girl?
Did you have a banana in your tailpipe? Pull over. Oh, Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, did you guys see when they did the reboot of Beverly Hills Cop?
That's my guardian angel.
How funny was that?
What's the guardian angel part? Well,
the Venus can be the guardian.
It wasn't a guardian angel for you yesterday.
You got 2 tickets. You were dealing with the end of the month. Ticket.
Don't you drive down the street.
If you driving on the end of the month.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Mama Miss. But you know what? You could try to protest. See, that's why you got to follow. You send your rose when she came on talking about the sovereignty.
You know I just
because you can fight those tickets.
From Yesenia, and
you
she was
you have to say, I'm legally able to travel. I am not of this jurisdiction. I'm sovereign. I am.
There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But she was.
You got to have the legalese, the terms.
But she does a whole lot of stuff.
Remember, you guys, we are not Black or African American. We are Moors. I'm from the Moorish nation. That makes us sovereign.
And Mama Miss knows this because she's like Chickaw. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Choctaw?
So don't Black is like a dead word.
Yes.
So we're not Black and we're not African American. We're indigenous to these lands. We've always been here. We've been here forever and ever. We will be here forever.
And I got you, Maddie's Eyes.
Yes, Maddie.
And send me the link too, because I don't get the notifications always. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She'll text it to you.
No. Mama Miss is saying that. That's what I did. He threatened to jail me.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry, Mama.
Wait a minute. He threatened to jail you because you claimed that you were Moorish and that you had a right to be there. See now, and notice the word threat and did not, because you
can fight those tickets though, because remember, there's something else. Watch her channel. You send your rose on IG. If they sign it, they are saying they're responsible for it. Your signatures are co-signing it. So what you can do is like send that. I don't know if it's to your local congressman or senator, and refute the ticket. Go check out her page.
This morning I was looking at something and she was giving information on going to LexisNexis, and it's very easy to get all your information wiped off the internet. Now she said there's some pros and cons, and she talks a bit on that, but you can get all kinds of stuff just wiped.
This system is so corrupt, you guys.
Have access to your phone number, your this, your that, and everything else. Right.
This is a very corrupt system. We got to learn how to maneuver, move and shake and bake.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some work with her, and I'll be reporting back to you guys. And I think she's going to be hopping in our
she's going to come back on live too.
She's going to come back on live, but she's also going to be hopping into our private group to be sharing like real information, not this stuff where they say, pay me $2,000 and don't ask me if it doesn't work for you because I'm not here for that. No, we don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And the group is almost done, right?
When he came back, he was nicer, saying to get a note from my doctor saying I don't have to wear a seatbelt, and he lowered the speed to 9 miles over. Okay. Okay. Well, he kept you. So what he's saying is he kept you from the reckless, and which is just ridiculous. Come on now, like we all don't drive 10 miles over the speed limit. That's some.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Jupiter. Jupiter and Taurus. Let me tell you a little something. Bring your ear over here. When you got Jupiter and Taurus, this isn't what you think about all the time. It's not always the bag. Think about over a year or so ago. Did you feel like a great bag coming in your house? Did you get some Chanel or Gucci?
Well, now you can get some Chanel and Gucci by going over there to China. You getting all the stuff. We'll see what happens, but my son just ordered me a Louis Vuitton little bag. I think it was like with the shipping and everything under $100.
Did you really?
See. I'm gonna show it to you guys.
They were all cloak and dagger last night. See, when they do stuff like this, my wife and my kids, they don't talk to dad about it.
No, we don't.
They'll spend my money,
no,
but they don't
He's
talk
a
to
Debbie Downer. He won't let me get. No, he would let me get the bag. I mean, but.
But like, see, I'm the type of person I'd pay the full.
It's not really. Bobby's gonna look like crap.
I would pay.
But Bear, what if I try it? They told me that I could get it from the same manufacturers, the same.
I would
factories.
pay. Okay, I would pay the regular full price. I'm about quality and class.
$1,200 for no bag. I think it's the dumbest crap ever.
But
I'm sorry, I'll just keep it real.
What's that baby bag that I bought you? What's the baby bag that I bought you? It was kind of expensive.
You bought me the Coach bag.
Oh, the Coach bag.
And that was expensive. It's like $400 or $500, something like that. It was expensive. And you know, that bag discolored. I had to return it. The first one I returned because the seeds were wearing off. So then they replaced it with a whole brand new bag. Yeah. And then that bag like discolored and turned yellow. It's like, what? Yeah. And you're spending that much on the bag, but I just think it's absurd.
You guys, you have to understand, they jack stuff up like 1,000, 2,000%. So
I mean, you hear about people spending $38,000 on a Birkin bag. Are you kidding me? Right,
it's not worth that.
That is dumb as I don't care.
That's a down payment on a home.
That's dumb.
That's a car down payment on a home. It's absurd. So, but what we do have to be mindful of, and I'm getting this intuitive hit right now, it's actually not the time to be spending and shopping in this Taurus season. This is the time for increasing our values and self-worth. This is the time for kind of possessions, stocking up and not hoarding, but stocking up possessions. Because just like you saw those little tests, blackouts in Portugal and Spain and France, it's coming here. It's coming this summer here.
I've been telling people for a long time they're trying to find a way to lock us up because I'm seeing really good shows stacking up in the Netflix and the Hulu. That is the first sign. They are like, stay in the house.
But when they turn off the power, there won't be no Netflix.
This is true. See, they're going to have to make a decision because we can't stay in the house and have no electricity. It's just...
So,
and they better not do that shit during the freaking 116 degrees.
Well, we better be prepared because you guys, when we don't have AC out here and it's 115, it is deadly. But what's sad in America, and this is not a game, every summer, whether it's Chicago, New York, Detroit, different cities, people die of the heat every year. So it can be very scary and dangerous.
So let me get over here right quick to this thing because
get over here.
Let's see. Mama Miss said I recorded where I was, where I said I was traveling and not conducting commerce, and then Kufinaya said, "Yep, I am not black for real. Black's Law Dictionary gives you the
Yes.
meaning. You know what? We should all pick up that. I mean, I've heard a lot on that, and I bet you there's a lot of very
No,
good
you don't want to
information
say
there.
that you're black.
We do want to make sure that we are keeping ourselves knowledgeable and aware of what is and what isn't right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is our land.
And Mama's loving your accents. He does this all day long, girl. Oh. And then who are you speaking of? I would love the info. Her name
Yesenia Rose. She's on Instagram. She was a guest on my podcast. Watch that episode.
Look back. It's a few months old, but she's going to be coming back too.
And she'll be back probably in June live.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm lining up some nice guests for May already.
What I liked about her is that she's giving you real
practical
information that she has tested. She's not, again, what I hate is you have all these people who want to talk all this stuff, but then when you go to look at it, they want to charge you thousands of dollars, but they don't want to guarantee that anything can happen.
She's not cheap. She's fair though.
She's fair, but but she's not going to have you spending all this money for something and then be like,
it didn't work.
It didn't work. Yeah. Oh, well, that's not on me.
She tries to help people with debt, like that. Filing for your birth certificate for your children. Trying to get your legal, because we're all basically bonded and slaves working for the queen. That's the whole birth certificate.
And not Queen Bee, because we would all work for her.
Yes, I would work for Queen Bee.
Queens up.
Work.
Let me see. Okay.
When she was pregnant with the twins, you guys, her favorite, Rihanna. She's like, throw it up. Yes.
Watch it all come down. I went to a wedding.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I was dropping.
She was at the wedding and her belly was like out here.
I can't dance as it is, let alone with a huge belly.
It was so funny. Oh my God. We had people cracking up.
Yes, they were loving it.
She is. I'm funny, but she's funny too. She's funny. Oh my God. She be cracking me up.
Anyways, Teresa said, if I'm spending $1,200, it's on jewels. Not going on my fingers and my neck. Exactly.
That's
and
right,
picking
Teresa.
the right jewels. Make sure the stones make up the majority of whatever it is.
Very
or the
clear
gold
and
make
pure,
up the majority, because that's an investment.
Wait. What did my girl Jazz Aphrodite say? Wear your worth. Mm-hmm. We got to wear our worth, so it's
let's see. Majestic Alana said, I had a dream like that where it was dark. I am canned food in my backpack recently.
Yeah, I know. We're getting those downloads for a reason. Okay. No fear. Yeah. There's nothing to fear. We're going to be fine.
You just have to know that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I just,
But I want you guys to understand, this was the journey of Pluto Capricorn to Pluto Aquarius, right? Remember, I've been telling you, become the president and leader of your own lives. We become our own media. That's your Lilith, your Pluto, your Chiron, right? Tap into that and understand that we cannot yearn for the old world. There's no looking back to those old structures and systems because they did not serve us. So as they crumble, don't get sad. They have to crumble to build back better, something new, right? And so not Biden build back better.
And remember, just
humanity.
Like Lot's wife, don't look back.
Yeah, do not, because that means you're yearning when you look back. It's not worth it. Say goodbye to the old world, celebrityism, all that silliness. It doesn't matter, right? That's how I knew, number one, she's not in the bloodline, but I knew Kamala wasn't going to win when she starts bringing out Beyonce and Megan and Cardi B. Do you think you're going to vote somebody because of what Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B say? Please get out of here with that ignorance.
So Kufiana would like information on the status stuff. I'll see what I can do. I'm really saying check out her stuff because she she does.
Just look at Yesenia Rose.
Lawyers.
Look on my live. I mean, not on my live, under my video section, and you see the podcast Knowledge is Love. It was just about a month ago now. But also definitely go to Instagram, Yesenia Rose.
Right. Okay. And she is actually connected with a group of lawyers. So
yeah, she's an attorney in fact.
You know what I mean? Yeah. She's not just somebody who's doing some research and finding some stuff. And she actually is in the process of getting her law degree. And
I don't think she is.
Or something. But my point
is, she's just an attorney in fact. Yeah.
She's educated.
She's all about the legalese.
Yes.
And she's been doing a lot of research and work.
Let's see. I would love. Okay. solar energy, and then real talk about gatekeeper. Okay.
Wait, who's solar
This
energy?
is,
A new person?
no. That's
Oh.
what she's saying. But Kufinaya is saying about the gatekeeping stuff and the real talk and all that.
Yeah, I don't like when
be careful because you have these people who want to sit up and do it.
I don't like that gatekeeping.
They sell us on this hope because they understand that we're living at a time where people are desperate for answers and truth. I'll be real, like,
you'll never get gatekeeping here.
Everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs to earn a living. But to me, you'd never string somebody along in their affairs of the heart, or people who are desperate and looking for answers. You don't
or
do
survival.
And survival, it comes back. And so
it's bad karma.
Doing that kind of stuff is going to come back on them.
Yeah.
Let me see now. What's her name? Her name is I'll look it up. Give me a few minutes. But her name is Yesenia Rose. If you look that up, you should be able to find her. But I'll see if she has like an IG name.
No, it's on IG. It's _ Yesenia, I think _ Rose.
Okay.
So go look that up on IG.
Yeah. And Quintella says, "Is it Status Select she's with?" I'm not 100 on that.
I don't think so.
It doesn't ring a bell. And then Pisces 318. Hey, friends. I'm glad
Pisces.
I made it. We are glad you made it too, girl.
Hey, Pisces,
so good 318. To see you.
So, honey, okay, go ahead.
Numerals, I had to step away back now. Oh,
okay. That's all right, girl.
Good to be here, girl.
Glad you're back. So let's talk about Jupiter and Taurus. So, we're just about to wrap up Jupiter and Gemini on June 8th. And a lot of you came to Coffee Talk talking about Jupiter and Cancer. It's going to be an interesting year transit starting on the 9th. Now, we just had Jupiter and Taurus, right, from 23 to 24. Remember, Jupiter and Venus are not on the same team. It's a sect in astrology. The day squad, if the sun is above the ascendant line, the 1st and 7th house, ascendant, descendant, right, then the Sun, Mars, and Jupiter, Mars is your greater malefic, Jupiter is your greater benefic. If you're born below the ascendant line, that's the night team, Moon, Venus, Saturn. And so the Venus, the greater benefic, if you're born at night, and Saturn, the greater malefic. So Jupiter and Venus, they're not enemies, but they're not, different ideologies, right? Jupiter is the guru, shaman, teacher, preacher. Venus is about devotion, but it's about romance, chocolate, date night, or whatever, very different intentions. Jupiter it does well in most signs, but it doesn't like being in the Venus sign. So it's not great in Taurus or Libra, but it's not debilitated or in its fall. So what you want Jupiter and Taurus to expand in your birth chart is your values and self-worth, is being practical and pragmatic. Jupiter and Taurus is really good for a financial advisor, planner, accountant, a chef, right? We were talking about on IG Live today, Lunch with Eric, gurus. Jupiter and Taurus could be the landscaping or the chef or the banking guru. Okay, so when you have Jupiter and Taurus, you're someone that could have a big, boisterous, powerful singing voice. And I put the links down below in the description. I do this whenever I do these signs through the planets through the signs. So make sure you go and just click and watch on them and leave me a comment on Mars and Taurus and Jupiter and Taurus. You'll learn about some, all the character traits, some of the celebrities, different things or whatever. But Jupiter and Taurus, they also can be someone who, it can expand some of that stubborn energy too. Quick little lesson about Jupiter. It can expand the good and the bad. Hence, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn conjunction in Capricorn, it expanded the pestilence of the pandemic. And she'll tell you, I was looking at China's chart in January of 2020, and I told her, I was like, babe, it's coming in hot and it's coming here and it's going to spread big time. Mm-hmm. I told her that. She was in her office making some ingredients, and I was out in the hallway. I still remember it. And I told her.
This was back before when I started 2020, and all I kept saying is the vision is clear. It's 2020, the vision's clear, guys. Oh, so much has happened.
Oh, my God.
So much. But it's true. our vision is getting clear because all of the scales are falling from our eyes, and we're
going, of the deception.
What's not true? What they've been lying about? The vision is getting clearer and clearer and clearer.
Yeah, so it is true. Yeah.
And I just put in Yesenia's information, her IG stuff, and then a website of hers.
She's got a real pure heart too, you guys. She is a Leo. I forgot her moon. Really sweet young lady. She's a mom. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, definitely check her out. And she'll tell you like, oh, she's honest. She's like, oh, well, I don't know how to do that, but I could point you in this direction, right? Like she's not going to lead you astray. That's one thing I like about her. She's got a real heart because she's been through it. When people have been through stuff, they, and then they like get on the other side, they want to help others. You know what I'm saying? I want to help you. I done been through it all. So for me, like I got a heart for Gigi taking care of her parents because I took care of my mom almost 20 years. I was in the trenches, and thankfully once I got my helpmate and got married, she started to step in and really stepped up, especially when I got sick in 2013 and was the main caregiver of my mom.
He used a really good term, helpmate. Yeah. I married this man and I'm his wife and he treats me well and I'm respected and in turn I respect him. As Queen Bee says, kings up, queens up. But we have to always remember that when we get into relationships, there's going to be times where you're doing more work and they're doing less. And then it's going to come around the other way. And so we have to be there to help each other and to support each other. Too much, I hear these things, especially like on TV and stuff, where you see stuff and it's like, oh, what's he going to do for me? What is it? And it's not about what are we going to do together, because that's not the way life is.
That selfish mentality will have you single forever, and so
let's build each other up.
But also that's the programming. You'll notice whether it's on network television, sometimes on social media, some of these videos, it is to divide, especially in minority relations, to divide the black man from the black woman, but just to divide and have the gender wars, men versus women. And that is foolishness.
Yes. Obviously we talk a bit more from the black perspective,
but it's everybody.
That goes for everything.
They want broken homes.
Everything, because trust me, you turn, and yes, I'm guilty of watching some Real Housewives. You know what it is? I used to work and thrive in high fashion. So like for me, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I'll admit, like I love that stuff. I won't spend money on it, but I love it. But anyways, my point is they got plenty of those Real Housewives geared at the white girls too. So it's all of us. Yes. And let's see. Most Leos, Numerologic said, no, most Leos are like that. I think we generally want to help others. Nothing makes us happier.
Yes, but I will tell you this, because I did, date a couple of Leos. When they can be...
Who didn't he date? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I did date every sign before I met her, but I ended at the end of the road.
Yes.
I ended marrying a Pisces, right? So
you got me thinking.
Strange, yeah. End of the road. It's impossible.
You belong to me.
I belong to you.
You know what? I gotta listen to the song.
No. I just played. But anyway, but I will say this: when a Leo woman is on a low vibration, whoa. It is one. No. I'll tell you, two signs low vibration is worse than Black Rock. It's under the rock. So Gemini and Leo women can be, and Aquarius, those three can be the nastiest women on the low vibration. I mean, evil, nasty. Okay. And I went through that with all three of those signs. I'll tell you, like, I never experienced really, to be honest with you, I didn't really experience any nastiness out of Pisces girls. I didn't really date so much the Aries. Me and Aries don't really, I like Aries people, but like Virgo men and Aries women, it doesn't work. I don't have the patience to immature. I just don't have the patience, So anyway, enough about that. But I will say this, we're only going to talk about high vibrational energy like numerologics, because Leo women are so sweet and they have like such big hearts, but they do want to, when they're on the high vibration, they want to share the spotlight with you, and they do want to be generous. They will want to like dress you. They will want to experience things with you, and I think that, we were going back to you, I think, Kufi, the Leo Taurus relationship, the thing is going to be around the creativity, respecting each other's uniqueness and difference, but, respecting each other's throat and heart chakra. Always connect the sign to the body part, because that tells you a little bit extra thing about them, and, Leos, if their heart's not in it, they're not going to excel in it, and they're not going to care. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing that I would advise a Leo woman or man. If you don't just get with somebody if you're not feeling it in the heart, because then it won't last and it won't be authentic and real for you. Okay. And that's really important. So just to clean up with Jupiter and Taurus, one thing with the Jupiter and Taurus that you got to know is that they can have an over-bloated self-worth too. Okay. They can also get extremely arrogant. Remember, I told you Jupiter could expand the good, the bad, and the ugly. But they could have a lot of collections. They will have collectibles. Jupiter Taurus may collect eagles or birds or elephants or jewelry or Hermes and Birkin bags or like shoes or purses or belts. They can be very high fashion. And Jupiter Taurus, their philosophy could be about shopping. Their closets could be off the charts. Okay. So just a little nugget about Jupiter Taurus. But they could also be not just talented artists and singers, very funny. Because Jupiter is expansive, but it also can be very positive and optimistic. Jupiter, you guys, is a way for you in your natal chart to really focus on how you can manifest. I may teach a webinar about that. So what do you guys think? I was thinking this month, because I'm sort of, real busy and we got Mother's Day. So, I'm doing Coffee Talk on the 10th and then the 16th. I may do a third one because there's a lot of interesting topics that have been coming up. So I may just pull out a little something the end of May, like around the 30th or the 29th or, something around there after the Memorial Day weekend. And Memorial Day is on the 26th. My son was actually born on Memorial Day back in the day, years ago. So he's about to turn 16.
Crazy. It's so funny. I can still remember that day.
It was so clear. Like, it was just
walking down 95th Street. Not 96. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 95th. Walking.
My nose might be bleeding again.
To Columbus.
Just a little bit.
Walking to Columbus. Is that maybe
oh my God.
a Gemini moon? I don't know.
Anyway.
So I'll tell you, it's about that time because we got to get back to work. So any last questions on Mars or Jupiter and Taurus? I got a lot of work to do, so I got to get back to clients. But this was so much fun. We'll be on a little bit longer, and we'll be back Sunday night for episode 334. And we're going to get into Saturn and Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is still in Taurus, so you don't want to miss that. That's going to be very helpful and interesting to ride that wave, right? That's hashtag New Earth. And Saturn and Taurus, that's my placement. So we'll break it down, and that will help you guys get ready for your first or second Saturn return. And I have a Saturn return service. Check out the website, BigEAstro.com, Taurus Birth Chart Sale. You Tauruses, hit me up, Sun, Moon, Rising. If you've already done a natal chart, solar return, this year of life. Or you may want to see how your soul is vibrating as a secondary progression. That's the book of Genesis in the Bible, 1 day equals 1 year. So if you're a Taurus sun sign, now you can book this even if you're like an Aquarius or Pisces, then if you've got a Taurus sun or moon, we could still do it. What it is explaining is, let's say if you are a Taurus sun sign, maybe now your soul is vibrating as a Gemini or as a Cancer. And the progressed moon, you have the moon opposition at 13 and 39, and you have the moon return at 24 and 40 and 48. So, you really want to tap into that. No, I'm sorry, 27 and 54, the moon return. Okay. So it's really, really important to look at a progressed chart because it's letting you know the natal birth chart is not nullified. It's just an extra layer, but it is sometimes a little bit more precise to what your actual experience is going on right now in your life. And it could be like mind blowing. So something to consider. I'm here for you. I love you guys. This has been more than fun. You want to read the last couple comments?
All right. Let me see here now. We've got Numeralic said, facts. Our hearts must be in it. You're right. We won't care if the heart ain't in it. So true. And Kufunaya said, I thank the gods. Thank the gods all the time. I never hate or did negative things. However, I have been burnt, yet I love to see people win. You know what?
Yes, I love to see people win.
It's interesting that you say that because I've always lived my life according to a particular standard that very few seem to have.
A moral code.
You can ask him.
She's Sag Moon. Yeah.
I am so on because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I have been burnt multiple times in my life, but I have always, I've even said to myself,
you don't get bitter.
The fact that I don't allow it to change who I am in my core.
And she doesn't ever get bitter. Yeah.
Hard to not get bitter. I have to work at that because you can be like, damn. And then Maddie, through Maddie's eyes, said, what time do you do coffee talk? I have a Mother's Day luncheon that day and my birthday.
So the May the 10th, Saturday, right? That's at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And then the Friday night, May the 16th, is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
So yeah, you're not doing coffee talk on Mother's Day.
No, I wouldn't do it on Mother's Day.
You said the podcast on Sunday.
If
we do a podcast on Mother's Day, I don't think we should do that.
Well, this week isn't Mother's Day.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general.
I didn't say we were doing it. Yeah. This week is Sunday, May the 4th. When Pluto goes retrograde, we'll be doing a podcast. Next Sunday, the 11th, I won't be doing a podcast.
I will try the ice on my nose. Peace to you too, my friend. And then
thank you for the love.
The rest of your day. Happy early born day at Maddie's. I love it. Happy birthday to you,
Happy
Maddie.
Birthday, friend.
And I'm back with an attorney's office call. Okay, do what you need to do, Mama Mist. And Maddie's eyes, I'm vibrating as a Cancer, even though I'm a Taurus moon. You're Taurus sun vibrating as a Cancer because
the progress chart.
He'll be 54, and Kufinaya is life says or
should be
54. Give thanks that I was guided to tune in.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are blessed.
And I'm glad that you know Lloyd.
Yes, and thank you for
Lloyd,
let him know that we say hello and always giving our love.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to Lloyd in a little bit, so
yeah.
I got to reach out and catch up with him. But this was fun, you guys. Have a great rest of the afternoon. We've got to get ready soon after we do some work. We got to go to a track meet for our boys, their final track meet. Thank God. But it's going to be hot. It's 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
It's hot.
It's hot.
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 But we can get some good Mexican food.
That may be worth it.
Yeah,
This, it's the last time, so it may be our last hurrah getting some, Mexican food for a little bit because it does get kind of pricey. But they've had a rough little time. They need a little treat.
We need a treat too.
We need a treat. They've been bad boys though, so we've had
They've been trying my nerves.
We've had to lock down some serious discipline on them. All right, so we love you guys.
Stay hydrated. Bye, guys. We love you. Adios.
See you Sunday.